Hello, dear listeners, you beautiful souls seeking peace in the quiet of the night. Welcome to my channel, a place where gentle stories are woven to guide you into restful, dreamy slumber. I know that sometimes sleep doesn't come easily. There are nights when your mind wanders, when quiet thoughts keep you awake, lingering just out of reach. But don't worry. I'm here to keep you company, sharing tales that are both mysterious and calming, designed to ease your mind and help you drift off into sleep. For our very first episode, we'll embark on a journey to uncover one of humanity's greatest enigmas, the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt. This ancient marvel, with its colossal stones, whispers stories of time and secrets buried beneath the golden sands of the desert. This isn't just a voyage through history. It's an invitation for your mind to unwind, to float along the currents of wonder and mystery. So, let's get ready for a deep, restful sleep. Turn off the lights, settle into a cozy position, put on your headphones, and let the sound guide you. Relax your body. Take a deep breath, and join me as we step into the mystical world of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Let this story wrap around you like a gentle breeze, carrying you softly into your dreams. This is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing today. It is called Great, and that name is no exaggeration. The scale of the structure takes your breath away. For 179 feet tall, composed of 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 100,000 pounds. The total weight of the entire structure is about 6.6 million U.S. tons, equivalent to stacking 16 Empire State Buildings together. And the most astonishing part? It was all built by people who didn't even know the wheel. For 38 centuries, it was the tallest structure on Earth, and to this day, it remains the most mysterious. So many strange theories, hypotheses, and imaginings surround it because it is so ancient. Even the rare inscriptions carved on it were only deciphered through a stroke of luck. Otherwise, we might still be swimming in a sea of myths. This is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built with astonishing precision. The perimeter of its base, divided by twice its height, yields the number pi, accurate to 3 decimal places. You can verify it with a calculator. But what allowed the ancient Egyptians to achieve such precision? Modern scientists still debate the tools and techniques they used. Some theories suggest they relied on simple tools like ropes, wooden rulers, and leveling rods. But how did they manage to move massive stone blocks with an error margin of just a few millimeters? A recent theory proposes that the Egyptians might have built a system of artificial canals, channeling water from the Nile closer to the construction site to transport stones by boat. Supporting this idea are traces of dried mud and fine sand found near Giza, hinting at an ancient waterway. Moreover, archaeologists have uncovered evidence of massive ramps, inclined paths stretching hundreds of meters, built to haul stones upward. Yet even with these discoveries, the question of how they align the structures with near-perfect accuracy remains a mystery. Imagine tens of thousands of people working under the scorching desert sun, coming together to create this wonder. Contrary to the popular belief that the pyramid was built by slave labor, archaeologists have found that the main workforce consisted of skilled craftsmen and farmers who worked seasonally during the Nile's flood period when the fields were unworkable. They were paid for their labor and provided with housing, food, and even beer, a common drink at the time. Settlements near Giza reveal that thousands of workers lived in well-organized villages, complete with bakeries, kitchens, and even cemeteries dedicated to them. Some of the skeletons unearthed show signs of healed injuries, indicating that they received medical care. This evidence suggests that the Pyramid of Khufu was not just an architectural feat, but also a symbol of remarkable social organization and unity among the ancient Egyptians. Who, then, was the mastermind behind this monumental project? Some historians believe that Himeyinu, an architect and vizier under Pharaoh Khufu's reign, was the brain behind the pyramid. A statue of Himeyinu, discovered at Giza, depicts a man with a confident demeanor, as if he held the secrets to building a timeless wonder. Ancient records suggest that Himeyinu was not only an engineer, but also a brilliant administrator, orchestrating tens of thousands of workers and millions of stone blocks over more than 2 decades. But what inspired him? Was it religious devotion, loyalty to the pharaoh, or a deep desire to leave an eternal legacy? This question, like many of the pyramid's mysteries, remains unanswered. All of this was accomplished by ancient people at a time when Rome, which would later rise, didn't even exist. But we often misjudge the pyramid's age due to a misunderstanding of the flow of time. Take Cleopatra as an example. She was born in 69 BC, about 2,090 years ago. We tend to assume Cleopatra and the pyramids were from the same era. After all, she was an Egyptian queen. But in reality, the Great Pyramid was completed around 2540 BC, nearly 2,500 years before Cleopatra was born. In other words, to Cleopatra, the pyramid was even more ancient than she is to us. Truly mind-boggling. And it's not just about time. The cultural significance of the Pyramid of Khufu is equally profound. To the ancient Egyptians, this structure was not merely a tomb, but a bridge between the world of the living and the divine. They believed that Pharaoh Khufu, after death, would become a god, and the pyramid served as the vessel through which his soul could ascend to the heavens. Archaeologists have discovered that the orientation of the pyramid aligns perfectly with the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, a feat of astronomical precision that continues to amaze modern scientists. Some researchers even suggest that the internal passageways were deliberately designed to point toward significant stars, such as Sirius and constellations within Orion, which the ancient Egyptians associate with the god Osiris. This suggests that the pyramid was not just an architectural marvel, but a vast cosmic map reflecting the Egyptians' deep spiritual beliefs. Consider the role of priests in the construction of the pyramid. To the ancient Egyptians, Khufu was not merely a king, but a living god. The priests, with their profound knowledge of astronomy and sacred rituals, may have played a crucial role in designing the pyramid to reflect the will of the gods. Some scholars believe that rituals were performed throughout the construction process, with chants and prayers echoing across the desert to ensure protection of the project by divine forces. These ceremonies were not only spiritual in nature, but also served to unify the community, igniting a sense of pride and devotion among the workers. Perhaps it was this deep and unwavering faith that empowered them to overcome unimaginable challenges and complete this monumental achievement. But the Pyramid of Khufu is not only a spiritual monument, it is also a mathematical masterpiece. Beyond the presence of pi encoded in the ratio between its perimeter and height, researchers have discovered that the pyramid may also embody the golden ratio, a mysterious number found in nature and art. If you measure the distance from the apex of the pyramid to a specific point on the ground and divide it by the height, the result comes remarkably close to the golden ratio, 1.618. Is this just a coincidence, or did the ancient Egyptians possess advanced mathematical knowledge that we only rediscovered thousands of years later. Moreover, the total surface area of the pyramid's four triangular faces is nearly equal to the square of its height, another astonishing mathematical relationship that continues to amaze modern engineers. These details have led many to wonder, could the ancient Egyptians have been guided by knowledge far ahead of their time? Some theories take us into more mysterious realms. Beyond the idea that the pyramid was a tomb or a temple, some researchers suggest it may have functioned as an ancient energy machine. They point out that the granite in the king's chamber possesses conductive properties, and the gold-capped apex, if it truly existed, might have served as a conductor to harness energy from the atmosphere. Others even link the pyramid to natural phenomena, such as its location, which is remarkably close to the geographic center of Earth's landmass by mass. While many of these ideas are dismissed by mainstream scientists, they continue to spark curiosity, prompting us to wonder whether the pyramids serve purposes we have yet to imagine. This is why the internal structure of the pyramid feels so strange and mysterious. We are too far removed to understand how people back then lived, thought, or what drove them. Yet, curiously, our fascination never stops. What lies inside and beneath the pyramid? Where are the priceless artifacts and the pharaoh's remains? What can the recently discovered anomalous voids tell us? And how does one even get inside? Originally, there was only one entrance, created by the builders, located on the northern side, 26 feet east of the central axis, equivalent to 15 royal cubits. The cubit was a unit in the ancient Egyptian measurement system, roughly the distance from the elbow to the fingertips. But today, a different entrance is used, known as the Thieves' Tunnel. No one knows exactly when it appeared, only that tomb robbers have used it for centuries. From here, the journey of exploration begins. A narrow, dark, stifling corridor leading to multiple junctions where pathways branch out. One of these leads to the Queen's Chamber, located at the pyramid center, designed with perfect symmetry. Sadly, this room was looted thousands of years ago. But what makes the Queen's Chamber so special? Even though it was looted long ago, some researchers believe this room wasn't actually intended for the Queen, but may have been used for spiritual or ritual purposes. Two narrow shafts, often referred to as air vents, extend from this chamber to the outside of the pyramid, but they are far too small for a person to pass through. In 1993, a small exploration robot was sent into one of these shafts and discovered a mysterious stone door with two copper pins. In 2002, another robot drilled through this door and found a small void blocked by yet another stone wall. To this day, no one knows the true purpose of these shafts or what lies behind the second wall. Some theories suggest they might lead to hidden chambers that could contain ancient texts or sacred artifacts. Let's pause for a moment to imagine the legendary tales that surround the pyramid. For thousands of years, people have spoken of hidden treasures, curses guarding the tomb, and even myths of gods or supernatural beings watching over the monument. Some ancient stories claim that the pyramid holds a book of knowledge, a document said to contain the entirety of ancient Egyptian wisdom, from astronomy to medicine. Although there is no concrete evidence for such claims, these legends have inspired countless explorers, from the Middle Ages to modern times, to venture into the desert in search of the truth. Some even believe the pyramid was built with the help of extraterrestrial forces, an idea that remains controversial, yet continues to capture the imagination. Whether fact or fiction, these stories have turned the pyramid into a timeless symbol of mystery. Imagine you are a medieval explorer, captivated by tales of hidden treasure buried within the pyramid. One of the most famous legends is that of Caliph Al-Mamun, who, in the 9th century, ordered his men to tunnel into the Great Pyramid in search of riches. According to the story, his team uncovered a secret passage, but instead of gold and jewels, they found only empty corridors and unanswered mysteries. Though partly embellished by time, this tale adds to the pyramid's aura of enigma, turning it into a beacon for adventurers across the ages. Such stories, passed down through generations, have transformed the pyramid into a symbol not only of Egypt, but of humanity's enduring thirst for discovery. Imagine the pyramid when it was newly completed. Its entire surface covered in smooth, white limestone, topped with a capstone, possibly gilded in gold. If true, when sunlight struck it, the pyramid's apex would have glowed like a golden lightning bolt, radiating the pharaoh's glory for dozens of miles. It's no wonder it became a divine symbol. Continuing through a sloping corridor, you reach the Grand Gallery, a space 28 feet high and nearly 154 feet long. The walls on either side lean inward, narrowing the ceiling to just about 3 feet wide. A design not by chance, but the result of precise engineering to prevent the ceiling from collapsing under the immense weight of the stone above. At the end of the corridor lies the king's chamber, the most remarkable part of the entire structure. It is built entirely of granite, with a ceiling made of 9 massive stone slabs weighing a total of 440 U.S. tons. In the center is an empty sarcophagus, carved from a single block of red granite. There are no carvings or inscriptions in this room. This leads many to believe it was not used for burial, but to honor Pharaoh Khufu. But is it really true that there's no writing? In 1837, British explorer Howard Vyse discovered red markings in the chambers above the king's chamber, known as the relieving chambers. These markings include the name of Pharaoh Khufu written in hieroglyphs, confirming that the pyramid was built during his reign. However, some researchers have questioned whether Vyse might have added the markings himself to boost his own reputation. While the debate continues, these inscriptions remain one of the few direct clues linking the pyramid to Khufu, adding yet another layer of mystery to the true purpose of the chamber. And consider the modern efforts to explore the pyramid without damaging it. Beyond the use of cosmic ray scanning, which revealed the Great Void, scientists are now employing ground-penetrating radar and acoustic waves to map underground structures without excavation. In a recent project in 2023, artificial intelligence was used to analyze scanned data, detecting subtle anomalies in the structure that had previously gone unnoticed. These technologies act like keys, unlocking doors to the past without disturbing the ancient stones. Yet with each new discovery comes even more questions. Are there still hidden chambers waiting to be found? Could the remains of Khufu still lie somewhere within the pyramid? Or were they taken, lost to time thousands of years ago? Recently, in 2024, a new discovery sparked excitement within the archaeological community. An international research team, using advanced non-invasive scanning technology, detected signs of an underground structure near the pyramid, possibly an undiscovered corridor or chamber, although its exact nature remains uncertain. The structure lies close to the area known as the Robber's Tunnel, and may offer clues about how the pyramid was constructed or its true purpose. Discoveries like this, however small, are proof that the pyramid still holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered, even after thousands of years. Some modern scientists suggest that secret chambers, yet to be discovered, may hold the pharaoh's actual remains and priceless treasures. Astonishingly, In 2017, a team of scientists detected a large void above the Grand Gallery, at least 98 feet long, previously unknown. Though initially dismissed, subsequent scans confirmed its existence. This void, known as the Great Void, has sparked a wave of speculation. Some believe it could be a ceremonial chamber, possibly housing treasures or ancient documents. Others suggest it might simply be an engineering space, designed to relieve pressure from the stone blocks below. Cosmic ray scanning technology, which uses muon particles from space to detect hidden voids, confirmed its existence, but accessing it remains a major challenge. Scientists are now developing ultra-small robots capable of slipping through narrow gaps to explore the space without damaging the structure. This promises to open a new chapter in the quest to decode the secrets of the pyramid. What lies within? No one knows. But one thing is certain. To preserve the pyramid intact, breaking into it is not an option. Any intrusion could cause irreparable damage. Thus, the greatest mysteries may not lie within the pyramid, but beneath the ground around it. The story took a stranger turn in 2009 when British explorer Andrew Collins claimed to discovered a vast underground cave system beneath Giza, complete with bats, venomous spiders, and untouched chambers. He was inspired by the 1817 accounts of Henry Salt and Giovanni Caviglia, who explored underground caves at Giza and found 4 large chambers connected to deeper tunnels. But this cave system may be more complex than we think. Geologists believe that the Giza Plateau sits atop a porous limestone layer, which has been eroded by water over millions of years, forming natural caves. Some theories suggest that the ancient Egyptians were aware of these caves and deliberately built the pyramid above them to incorporate the natural features into spiritual rituals or as secret storage spaces. There are even suggestions that these caves might connect to other pyramids in the area, forming a vast underground network. However, exploring these caves remains extremely challenging due to harsh conditions and the risk of collapse. Imagine the dark underground corridors, where the desert wind slips through cracks in stone, whispering secrets from the ancient past. Some researchers believe these caves may have once held ancient papyrus scrolls containing knowledge of astronomy, medicine, or even the secret rituals of the Egyptians. Though no concrete evidence has yet been found, the idea of an underground library beneath Giza has inspired generations of explorers. Some have even connected these caves to legends of the Hall of Records, a mythical vault of knowledge said had been left behind by a lost civilization. While such theories remain speculative, they add an extra layer of mystery to the exploration of Giza, turning each step beneath the sands into a journey into the unknown. The tales of the Hall of Records have long captivated the imagination of many. According to legend, this treasure trove of ancient knowledge was hidden by a lost civilization, possibly Atlantis or a pre-Egyptian culture, and safeguarded in secret chambers beneath Giza. Some psychics and mystics, such as Edgar Cayce in the 20th century, claim that the Hall of Records holds secrets about the origins of humanity and advanced technologies. While modern science has found no evidence of such a vault, the idea endures as a reminder how the pyramid continues to inspire dreams of the unknown. Collins said he uncovered a forgotten entrance leading to a natural cave west of the pyramid. Unfortunately, for security reasons, he couldn't share concrete evidence. However, in 2017, Dr. Kathy J. Forty and her team gained permission to venture deeper, exploring 3 subterranean levels where they found empty sarcophagi and a chamber flooded with water over 125 feet deep. Water samples from this chamber revealed an unusual salinity, unlike the Nile River or seawater. The most plausible theory is that the water originated from Lake Karun, an ancient saltwater lake about 12.4 miles southwest of Giza. Intriguingly, there are pyramids near this lake, and ancient Greek texts once mention a labyrinth connecting Giza to that area. And if this labyrinth truly exists, it could be the key to understanding the entire Giza Plateau. The Greek historian Herodotus, who lived in the 5th century BCE, described an Egyptian labyrinth with hundreds of rooms and passageways, said to be built to protect the secrets of the pharaohs. Although Herodotus never visited Giza himself, his accounts were based on stories told by Egyptian priests, leading many archaeologists to believe the labyrinth could lie beneath the Giza Plateau or near Lake Karun. Recent geophysical surveys have detected unusual underground structures, but excavation is limited by heritage preservation laws. Perhaps non-invasive technologies, such as ground-penetrating radar, will soon allow us to uncover more. If true, an underground network of tunnels stretching dozens of miles could exist beneath ancient Egypt, hiding secrets yet to be uncovered. Imagine a vast network of tunnels stretching beneath the desert, connecting pyramids and temples in a hidden system. Some researchers believe this labyrinth may have been used to store important documents or artifacts, protected from intruders for thousands of years. The ancient historian Herodotus described this labyrinth with awe, claiming it surpassed all description. Perhaps its sheer scale and complexity have kept it an unsolvable mystery, even with today's technology. Yet with every advancement in our tools, we move one step closer to uncovering what lies buried beneath the sands. And when we speak of the Pyramid of Khufu, we cannot ignore its profound influence on the modern world. The image of the pyramid has appeared in art, literature, and cinema, from Renaissance paintings to Hollywood blockbusters. It stands as a symbol of endurance, of unsolved mysteries, and of humanity's unrelenting drive to explore the unknown. Writers like Mark Twain once described the awe of standing before the pyramid, calling it humanity's dream in stone. Even today, scientists and engineers study the Great Pyramid to learn about ancient construction techniques and project management. It reminds us that no matter how far technology advances, there are still achievements from the past that command our deepest respect and admiration. The Great Pyramid of Khufu not only shaped ancient Egypt, but also left a lasting imprint on architecture across the ages. Builders in Greek and Roman times, though never matching its scale, drew inspiration from precision and durability. In the modern era, structures like the Louvre Museum, with its iconic glass pyramid, pay homage to this timeless form. The pyramid's perfectly balanced triangular shape has become a global symbol, representing eternity and humanity's drive to achieve the impossible. Even in popular culture, from science fiction books to video games, the Pyramid of Khufu remains an endless source of inspiration, a reminder that the wonders of the past continue to live on in our imagination. Over 4,500 years have passed, yet the Great Pyramid of Khufu stands resolute in the Egyptian desert, a challenge to all who yearn to unravel human history. Despite our modern technology, scientific knowledge, and boundless curiosity, the secrets within and beneath the pyramid remain almost untouched, as if time itself is guarding them. Did the ancients know more than we think? Could there be an untold chapter of history hidden beneath Khufu's sands? Perhaps the answers lie not in the stone, but in our own relentless quest for understanding. And that journey, it's still ongoing. So, when you close your eyes, Let your mind drift through images of golden sands, massive stone blocks, and unsolved mysteries. Imagine yourself walking through dark corridors, hearing the desert wind whispering through the cracks, and feeling the breath of history all around you. Let this story carry you into sleep, where dreams might just lead you to the very secrets of the Pyramid of Khufu.